Good morning, metalheads. It's me, Anna, and I'm here with Chompy, and it is our top 10 album of the year. Yay! Top 10 albums! I don't know about you guys, but it's been a pretty good year, and I hope everyone's had a really good year. And I hope next year is also really awesome. I'm sorry that I don't always look into the camera, I just find it really awkward. So you're just gonna have to deal with that. Now we're gonna start with a list. My first album I have on here is The Long Road North by Cult of Luna. A lot of the bands that I have on this list are bands that I've been following for a while or have been a fan of for a while. The album is very dark, but it's also very beautiful. It's very inviting. It's like wandering around a gorgeous gothic mansion. It's something that I want to listen to while walking in the snow. I've never been really disappointed with Cult of Luna. I really enjoy this kind of aesthetic that they have and the vibe. I really do like how consistent they are with their music and their energy. I think I really like the song Cold Burn the most on the album. I know it's like the most popular of the album, but it's popular for a reason because it's a really good song. I'm just gonna move on because I'm just trying to get through the list and my brain is being very silly today. So the second album I have on the list is The God Machine by Blind Guardian. Blind Guardian is one of my favorite bands. I think one of the first band shirts I've had was a Blind Guardian shirt. I think I still have it. They can be very cheesy at times, but they can also really deliver awesome songs. This album in particular, I really enjoy how they introduced a lot of thrashier, a lot of heavier elements of the album. There's still those kind of epic songs, that epic feeling, the kind of sing-alongs songs that, you know, you want to get drunk to at a show and sing along to, which is like something I really love about Blind Guardian. I sing along to all of their songs regardless of how silly they are. Yeah, I really like this album. They've been around for a while, but they can still deliver such a fun album, so much energy. They just still deliver Blind Guardian to you, which is really great. The next album I have on here is The Sick, The Dying, The Dead by Megadeth. I am wearing a Megadeth shirt, by the way, you can kind of see. I feel like this album, apart from just being a solid album, is really good. If you're trying to get a friend into metal for the first time, it is very accessible. It's something that you can always have on in the background. It still has that energy of Megadeth. It still has the feel of Megadeth. I really like the Western theme a lot. I like how Megadeth can be very self-aware at times, and I think they are pretty self-aware in this album. It's just classic Megadeth, and it's a lot of fun to listen to, and it's extremely enjoyable, it's digestible. Once again, it's something that you can just have on while doing anything. It's fun to party to. Yeah, it's great to give to somebody if they want to know what Megadeth is about, or if they just want to get into metal. And I really enjoyed this album. They did such a good job. The next album is God's Country by Chat Pile. This album is like the musical version of what it feels like to be depressed in the American suburbs. You are aware of social issues, but you are isolated. You're frustrated, you're tired, you're angry, you're really fucking angry. And I can feel just that kind of pain and longing in this album for a better world. My favorite song in the album would have to be Why. Because it's a song that's just screaming at you. It feels like they're just yelling it into the void. It's asking the question, why is this happening? Why does this need to happen? It doesn't make any sense. And they feel powerless, but they want to make a change. And it's just such a powerful album to listen to. It really gets you kind of riled up about social issues, which I love. And if you're someone who is struggling in an American suburb and you're pissed off about things, and even in Canadian suburbs as well, this is like a great album for any kind of young adult who's angry in the suburbs, who's isolated and frustrated with everything that's going on around them. Okay, moving on to the next album, we have Electrified Brain by Municipal Waste. I don't think there's a lot of Municipal Waste albums that do disappoint me. I feel like this album really does feel like it's juiced up by electricity. It's angry, it's thrashy, it's loud. They have their quintessential song about beer, the 10-cent beer night, which is also like just a fun song to listen to. It's a party song. What can you say? It's Municipal Waste. They embody the pizza thrash kind of shit. I don't really like using that term because it's just kind of silly. But I just love their party energy. Sometimes it's really refreshing to just listen to a band that wants to have fun and party and thrash around. Seeing them live, you can tell that they really bring the energy with everything that they do, and it's not for show. Like, their albums have a lot of energy, but it's not for show. They really do bring that energy to the stage, and they deliver on every album. It's always fun to listen to. It's never a disappointment. It's great thrash, it's fun thrash, it's party thrash. It's Municipal Waste. Next album is Disharmonium by Blut aus Nord. This album is scary. Neptune's Eye in particular sounds like the score of a horror movie. It is just terrifying. It makes you feel like you're being chased by whatever the fuck is in the hallway. And I love that. I love anything that can actually scare me. It makes me feel tense. I'm listening to this music, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just walking down the street, going to work, and I'm just like, this is tense. It just reminds me of why I really like a lot of black metal. I really love any kind of black metal band that can revive that love I have for horror and black metal at the same time. It's something you want to listen to on a cold winter night for sure. It is kind of fun to listen to in the dark if you really want to spook yourself out while walking outside in the dark in the winter. Yeah, it's a fantastic fucking album, and I love it. It's fucking spooky. Next album is Regenesis by Black Anvil. I've been following this band for a while. I really like their sound, but I feel like this album in particular is the sound that they've been trying to evolve into. Like, this is their final form. And I think it's a very tight album. It's very solid. I was listening to this album actually while walking in the rain to work when it was very foggy, and it was just fucking fun. It really added to the atmosphere, because it can be a very dark, melancholic album, but it can also be pretty heavy, pretty pounding at times as well. And I think they kind of perfected their sound on this album. Next album is Song of Salvation by Dream Unending. This album is like elevated doom metal for me. There are incredible solos in this album, and I really love a doom metal that can keep the sound of doom while adding fantastic, gorgeous solos in there. It just takes you to another world. Each song is unique. Each song is a pleasure to listen to. And you don't really know when each song starts or ends. It kind of just has its own other dimension to it. Like the previous album, it makes me realize exactly why I love this subgenre in particular, why I love doom metal. And I really love a band that can always add something new to the doom subgenre, because sometimes it can get kind of repetitive. It's like, yeah, we get it. You have very long, sad songs, but it's like, I need a little bit something else. I need a little bit crunchier. I need like a little dip or something. I don't fucking know. But this album's fantastic, and it's gorgeous, and I really fucking enjoyed it. Next album is Rot Among Us by Acid Witch. I love Acid Witch so fucking much. It's kind of funny how they can go from making a very swampy sounding song with gurgling, deep, demonic vocals to something like entirely different. I feel like this is not their usual sound, but I really love it. I feel like this album had a little bit more thrashiness to it, a little bit more death metal. Yeah, like it wasn't swamp spells. It didn't make you feel like you're in a swamp. This one makes you feel kind of like you're in a desert, and like the sun is setting, and you're just about to get fucked up by whatever the fuck is in the dark in the desert. Probably a spooky ass witch that lives in the desert, if we're gonna be honest. Going with their theme and their songs. I feel like there's a little bit more of a death metal element to this as well. And it's just fucking great. I love Acid Witch. They always do something weird and spooky, and they have such a good theme to them. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people do like the October Halloween fucking theme, but I don't know, I love the Acid Witches themes, and I fucking love this album. Last album is Halo by Amorphis. I think I had some of their albums on CD at one point. Amorphis is a bit more progressive. Every kind of song on this album takes you to another world. They all have their own stories and feelings, but it still sounds like they're all from the same album. There's definitely some sort of theme that's wrapped up in the entire album. It's very alien-like, but in a very gorgeous way. I really enjoy their use of clean vocals as well. It's like bands like Ne Oblivious Scaris that can have that kind of progressive, otherworldly feel to them. It has that beauty to it, but they can have the harsh vocals and the clean vocals. I love that kind of duality. It's very pleasing to listen to. It's something definitely good to get high and listen to. That's the thing about like a lot of Amorphis. Yeah, definitely good to get stoned and listen to. And with this album, I look forward to each song that follows. Like, I get kind of excited and pumped up to listen to the next song, which is a good sign. It's a great sign for an album for me to get excited, like, what's gonna go on next, because it's just so enjoyable and everything is different. And that is it. That is my top 10 of the year. Chompy's still here. He's very huggable. Alright. Have a good rest of the year. Hope you guys have good holidays. And I will see you next time. Bye!